Should we just like jump right in?
Let's go. Let's get it started.
Let's do it. I'm Emily.
What?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Oh, right. There's that other thing we say.
we have to say the welcome to Witchcasters. It's been a while. Like it's not
Wow. Shaking the rust off. Let's go.
Woo, woo. Shake it
Okay.
off, shake it.
Just my headphones. Welcome to
Witchcast.
Cause it's a Witchcast.
I'm Emily,
I'm Kate.
and we're your hosts of this, the Witchcast podcast.
That's right. We're your learning, growing, ever-evolving novice witch is here to explore everything under the woo-woo, esoteric, spiritual umbrella.
And what a beautiful umbrella it is. And I truly am still learning.
So always learning, always learning. I was going to say that I'm surprised I was able to do, but it was like muscle memory. I like
was
just
beautiful.
clicked in. I just like locked in. It's like someone said my sleeper cell like agent name, and I was like, Witchcast is here. Oh man, Emily, I'm so happy that we're back.
Look at us back. We're doing it.
I've missed this.
Spooky season is upon us, and so are we. Does that make
Yes.
sense? Yeah.
It is the best. We are upon us. We are upon ourselves
Yeah.
in the best season of all, spooky season.
Yeah. Thrilled to be back. Thrilled that it's almost Halloween.
Oh my god, it's so close. Can you smell it? I can smell it.
Yeah, it smells like a bonfire, you know?
Ooh, yeah.
And
pumpkin
candy
spice.
corn.
Yeah, candy.
Pumpkin spice.
And that latex masks.
Oh,
that you really...
yeah, the little sweat in the latex mask.
Ooh. Line that up.
Crisp.
Oh my god. I love it. I wish October was 2 months long.
I know. I really wish that the fall would last forever. Well, that's not true. I guess I like winter too, but not much.
I just wish that it was just as long as winter and summer. Like, I hate that spring and fall get the short
They're
stuff.
like a whisper of time.
Yeah, they're like, here's 2 weeks of good weather, and then fuck you, here's winter.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the little bit of October that we get.
Yes.
Looking forward to... Well, I guess we're in it. I'm getting it
We're
right
in
now.
it. You're here. It's almost over, yeah.
It's still kind of hot right now at this exact moment. While we're... It's not like
you can
as
still look
hot,
for it. We
but...
still have some time. I feel like I always make all these plans, like in August. I'm like, I'm gonna do crafts. I'm gonna go pumpkin picking. I'm gonna go to the Ren Fair. I'm gonna go to the haunted houses. Like, I have all these ideas and plans, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoop, whoop, it's November. What happened?
Yeah. Well, you only get like 31 days.
Yeah, it's too short.
It's too little.
You know what I would be okay with if we kept it to just a month, but if we all got off work the whole month.
Yeah. Unlimited time for Halloween activities.
Yes.
Spooky activities.
Just can be spooky full time.
Activities. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be great. I told you this. I had a dream the other day about my friend and her husband were fighting in the dream, and it was like I was dropped into their home. And then I messaged her. When I don't have a lot of these kind of dreams where I have guest stars, and when I do have it felt strong enough and strange enough that I was like, this isn't a metaphor or symbolism type dream for me. This feels weird. I'm gonna reach out. And I've had dreams like that in the past. I've had dreams where like someone's been really depressed in my dream, a friend, and I had, I reached out and so I always do. I always am like, hey, are you okay? Because it's not a bad reason to check in on your friends.
Totally.
And she was like, that's really weird. My husband and I had a huge fight last week. And so we talked about it later and everything. And it was uncanny, the symbolism of my dream and what I was seeing and what she was going through, which I had no idea. We hadn't talked in a few months. That was really cool. I was like, ooh, I'm psychic. I'm a witch.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I
just wish I could, use it more. I wish I could like control it more,
Yeah. I unfortunately mostly have like completely crazy dreams. Like last night I dreamed that I was supporting Batman who was fighting an anime Ronald McDonald, and then my parents' dog was there. And wanted to cuddle.
That's amazing. That's an amazing dream, though. That's so fun.
It's like, my dreams, if there's symbolism in there, it is not immediately clear.
It's deep. It's
somewhere.
very high concept. It's very.
Yeah.
I love that. I love an anime Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, well, he had, like, big hair, and then he took it off, and it was, like, small, like, wavy clown. Like, also, they were both bright red. It was, like, a wig that he was wearing, and, like, under it was still another, like, Ronald McDonald wig.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it was. It was really crazy.
That's amazing.
And we were in, like,
that.
a giant, like, Madison Square Garden-sized theater. I don't know. And I was, like, worried that, because, like, Ronald McDonald was, like, a psychopath in this dream and was like trying to kill everybody, and I was like, where the fuck is Batman? And then I saw his little like silhouetted hat in like near in like the front row, and I was like, oh good, he's got this.
Where the fuck is Batman? Oh my god. And you're like, good. That's amazing. That's so amazing. I want to watch your dreams. I wish you could do that. I wish you could like record your dreams.
Oh, right? That'd be so cool. I would love to watch my dreams back. Although I feel like they would be like those AI videos, like AI hallucinating.
Yes.
It's just like a duck
very
turning into like a creepy.
There's like 6 fingers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very haunting.
What were we going to talk about? Oh, Halloween. Do you have...
Halloween. Spooky things.
Yeah, and today we are talking spooky things. We're doing not exactly a story time, more of like one of our little... We've done this before where it's just like, here's a couple Halloween-y, fall-y things. We're kicking off the season.
The history.
You know, low and slow, cooking like a crock pot.
Like some mulled cider.
Yeah, exactly, like some mulled cider.
Yeah, and it's the background on a couple of thematic topics.
Yeah. You might remember this sort of episode from such hits as Black Cats and Witch Hats, I think.
Yes.
One of our...
You can buy them on CD for $29.99. What topic did you choose, Emily, for Halloweeny history time?
So, Kate, I am here to talk to you today about Strega Nona.
Oh, Strega Nona!
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Everyone was talking about it's Brat Summer, and now everybody's like, oh, it's Strega Nona Fall. Okay, not everybody, like 3 people on TikTok, but it is enough.
I was like, who's saying that?
Everybody's saying it, Kate. It's going to be
everyone who matters.
Fall and a Baba Yaga winter.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm down.
But the thing is that I've seen memes about Strega Nona a lot, but the fact is I didn't know like what the deal was. I had not read the book. Did not know who she was. And so I Googled it, and I read some stuff, and now I am here to present to you, Kate, and to you, people of the Witchcast podcast, what the deal is with Strega Nona, and how to apply this new information about Strega Nona to a Strega Nona fall.
Nice. I love it.
Which I
Practical.
will be having.
I'm so down. Give it to me.
All right, should I just dive right in, or do you want to say what your topic is, or do you want to, like, hold it?
No, I'll hold it.
Okay.
I'm holding. I love it. I feel like you're on a roll. I don't want to ruin the momentum.
Right,
I'm going to cozy up with my coffee and listen to you talk about Strega Nona.
Strega Nona. Okay, so if, like me, you grew up without this absolute goddess, you might be wondering, what the flip is a Strega Nona? Well, good news. I'm here to tell you. It is basics. Let's start with the basics. It's a children's book. It's a children's book by American author Tommy DePaola that was published in 1975. In the book, it stars Strega Nona. Strega Nona is a witch grandmother. A quick aside to say that Strega Nona, like Strega means witch in Italian, and Nona, it's clear from context, is supposed to mean Nona, like Nonna, grandmother, but it's spelt Nona, which means ninth. So technically the name of the book is Ninth Witch, but we're not going to worry about that. It's very clear that it's supposed to be a grandma witch.
Goddamn American.
But just so you know, in case you're ever like, how do you spell Nona? It's Nonna. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Which is, I suppose, relevant because I was like, is Strega Nona a real Italian folklore character? And the answer is no, it's not even spelt right. So Strega Nona herself is not a traditional Italian folklore character. She was made up. She's a fiction. But she is rooted in some very real folktale tropes. So, first and foremost, let's get into the story of Strega Nona. I'm obviously not going to read you the book, but I will give you a overview of the plot, because I am concerned it would be a copyright violation to just read it. And also, like, you know, you get the gist, and then if you like it, maybe you go out, you buy it, you read it to a child in your life, or just to yourself quietly next to
or your dogs.
Nice little lamp. Yeah, to your dogs.
To your cats, yeah.
There's a lot of good reasons to own a copy of the book Strega Nona, and they are not all children.
Exactly.
All right, so the story of Strega Nona. Strega Nona is a wise woman and healer in Calabria in southern Italy, like Calabrian chilies. She helps people around town. She's, I get the sense, beloved in town. She helps people by, like, curing their headaches, finding them spouses, getting rid of their warts, so on and so forth. But she's getting old, so she hires a helper named Big Anthony, who she tells never to touch her magic pasta pot. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, she has a magic pasta pot, and it makes as much pasta as she needs. She sings to it to start it with a little spell, and blows it 3 kisses to stop it. And then so one night, Big Anthony overhears the spell to start it, but he misses how she stops it. And he's like, wow, I bet I could work that pasta pot. And he tries to tell the townspeople, and he's like, I could work this pasta pot. She has a magic pasta pot. I could do it. And they're all like, okay, Big Anthony, whatever.
Calm down, Big Anthony.
And he's like, But then Strega Nona goes out of town to visit Strega Amelia, Witch Amelia. And Big Anthony decides that he can impress the townsfolk by showing them how he can make pasta magically appear and work the magic pot. So he starts it up with his song, but then he doesn't know how to stop it. And soon, Strega Nona's house is filled with pasta, and it's spilling out into the town, and it's going to flood the town and drown everyone in pasta. But fortunately, Strega Nona gets home just in time, blows the pot 3 kisses, mwah, 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 and averts disaster. But now they have, presumably, many tons of pasta. And the townspeople want to punish Big Anthony. They're like, we're gonna do horrible things to him. But Strega Nona's like, wait. The problem, you know, like, the punishment should fit the crime. He has to eat all the pasta.
Oh my God.
And so he eats a lot of pasta and is very full. And that is the story in the book Strega Nona.
I love it. It's a little Matilda Trunchbull moment there. I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. So, like I said, this is not based on a real Italian folktale, but it is a version of a folktale archetype called the Magic Mill. And in reading about it, I found out about something that I thought was really interesting, which is called the Arne Thompson Uther Index, which is a collection of thousands of different types of folktales, like the basic bones of different folktales that are told mostly around Europe, but, like, reaching out around the world. They I'll get to that in a second. Some people call them, like, radicals, meaning they're the building blocks that, like, they can stand on their own as a story, but are often combined together to create different stories.
Oh.
And the Arne Thompson Uther Index, or ATU, if you will, basically, like, cataloged all of them and, like, describes them, talks about how they're used in different combinations, different cultures that they're used in.
Oh.
And which is, like, a very interesting book. And part 1 you can read as a PDF online. So,
cool.
Yeah, part 3 costs $1,600 on Amazon, and part 1 is free on the internet. So I recommend part 1.
That's how they get you. Will you send me the link and I'll put it on our website
100%.
so people can check it out, because I'd love to read it too.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so obviously well, not obviously until you know what I'm about to say, but the big problem with the ATU is that it was worked on by 3 different white men at different times over the last, like, 100-ish years. So it was
what a surprise.
A Finnish folklorist, that's Arne, in 1910, an American named Thompson, I don't have his first name right here, but in the 1920s and then again in the 1960s, and then it was updated by a German, last name Uther, in 2004. Uther did a pretty good job bringing in some outside stuff and, like, getting rid of some things that were duplicates or like sort of fixing stuff up, but it is not comprehensive. It is not worldwide. It is, like, comprehensive for Europe and Northern Africa, and, like, America, North America, not including Mexico. But it does have some stories from other cultures, and it is still very interesting, and I think that it would be really interesting if any of you wants to change their life entirely, go to grad school, and maybe make the next edition, and, like, include more stories from other parts of the world, and, like, figure out how some of these archetypes apply to other parts of the world. I think that would be a great life project.
Yeah, do
if
that.
anyone
Somebody
is
do
looking
that.
to dedicate their lives to something, I have an idea for you.
Maybe there's already somebody who's doing it, like, right now.
Entirely possible. Maybe there's someone out there working on it. That would be cool. Anyway, but it's still very interesting, even if you just sort of take it as, like, it only covers a certain amount. And it's thorough enough that people have used it to try and figure out, like, sort of reverse engineer when people's moved around, because, like, if they have stories that overlap at different time periods, you can, like, say that they might have been, like, in the same place at a certain time, or, like, have come from this, like, and, like, kind of
We're getting anthropological now. I love it.
Very interesting. Anyway, but that's not what we're talking about today. So, ATU type 565 is the magic mill, which is the base, like, bones of the story of Strega Nona. So the magic mill is basically, like, the sort of archetypal version of the story is, like, a poor person or a very hungry person receives something that gives them endless food and instructions on how to use it. So they're either gifted it or someone throws it away, usually gifted it. And then if someone throws it away, then someone else comes in and, like, the devil comes in and tells them how to use it or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of different versions of this. But broadly, very hungry or poor person receives endless food with, like, you have to know how to use it, though. And then their rich brother or a jealous person in town gets jealous of them and steals it, knows how to turn it on, but doesn't know how to turn it off, and then gets in trouble, fills the house with porridge, you know, bad things happen, and they are punished, and the person who received it initially gets it back.
Oh my god, I'm just having a core memory moment. Okay, so I did read the Strega Nona book as a kid, but then also I had a Korean folktale about a never-ending, like, rice pot.
Hey!
Same thing, same story. It was probably based on the magic mill as well. Wow, that's just coming to me.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the magic mill is not, like, folklore wasn't written out of this. It's like someone took all the ideas of all these different cultures' folklore and, like, pulled it back into, like, but yeah, that's perfect.
Wow,
so,
that's crazy.
Even further proof that if someone wants to dedicate their life to this, you could totally apply it to a lot more cultures if you just took the time.
So crazy. I love it. I love that.
There's one version which I really liked, which is where a sea captain steals it and steals a never-ending salt mill and drops it into the ocean. Or, no, a salt mill that never ends, like, because he doesn't know how to turn it off. It fills up his boat, sinks his boat, lands in the ocean, continues going forever, and that's why the sea is salty.
That's why we have, I love that.
I
love folktales that, like, explain why the world is the way it is.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool.
That's so great.
But yeah, I'll share a PDF of part 1, like I said. The part 1 has 999 of the, like, folktale bones, so you get a lot out of it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's what you need to know about Strega Nona in order to, like, move forward with what I'm going to tell you next. Except also you should look up a picture of her if you haven't seen her. But basically she wears, like, a little babushka bonnet and, like, an apron and like a little, you know, shawl or, like, a shirt or both. Yeah. And then, like, a long skirt. She looks like she's wearing, like, natural fabrics. It's, like, autumnal colors.
We love an organic Strega.
Yeah. And then, so, Strega Nona Fall. How is it different from Baba Yaga Winter? Well, let's think about this. Baba Yaga comes from the darkness. She is chaotic. She is in the woods. She's sometimes good, she's sometimes bad, sometimes she offers guidance, sometimes she eats your children. But she's always moving. She's got a house with bird legs, right? She is like a candle in a cold winter. Like, she can burn, but also she can light the way. Strega Nona, on the other hand, is all cozy. It's light. It's warm. It's autumn leaves in the daytime. It is an unlimited pasta bowl. She is the Olive Garden of Baba Yagas, if you will.
Yes, I was just thinking Olive Garden, bitch. Yes.
So how are we applying these lessons to have a Strega Nona Fall? Well, I'm glad you asked that. First of all, we are being cozy. We are blowing kisses at our food. We are doing kitchen witching. Yeah. We are wearing natural fabrics. We deserve it. We deserve to pay for the actual well-made pants. We're taking care of our people, right? We're helping them out. We're loving them. We're offering endless pasta. We're solving things creatively. We're, approaching conflict with fun. We don't have to punish Big Anthony. We could just make him eat all the pasta. It's a treat. We are wearing aprons as a fashion choice, and most of all, we are casting warding spells to keep Big Anthony out when we are not home.
Yes, love this. Oh my god. Well done, well done.
And that, my friends, is the tale and application of Strega Nona.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Strega Nona Fall. I'm in. I'm like, you convinced me. I'm 110% in.
Yeah.
Maybe also I'll sport a babushka.
Yeah, right, little babushka bonnet.
Oh my gosh.
No one needs to see your hair.
Yeah. I haven't washed it in 3 days. Who's to say?
Or have I?
Yeah, exactly. I love this. I never thought of it this way. I love this. This is great.
Thank you.
Well done.
This was really fun to research. I had a great time. I pushed this recording session back significantly because I just kept going deeper down the rabbit hole and really enjoying what I was looking at.
I mean, you are a true trendsetter. I think you're a trailblazer, and I think this is going to catch on and become the new,
Yeah, I am an influencer, and I'm here to influence you to have a Strega Nona fall.
I consider me influenced. I'm converted. Tell me what to buy. Set up your TikTok shop. I'm in.
All right. Just like one of those like buy my fit things, but it's like like wool sweaters.
Yes.
Like,
you know how many bitches would love that shit though?
Right?
Witch talk is so cottagecore talk. Okay. Speaking of adjacent relevant to this, there is a subreddit called Goblin Core. There's this whole movement that I did not know,
listening.
but you would love it, Emily. It's so your aesthetic.
Like, color me intrigued.
It is like toadstool mushrooms. It is like funny little fat frogs. It is like creepy, gnarled autumnal like decor. It is great. You will love it. Please go check out Goblin Core. Is a whole movement.
Amazing.
I did not know
so it's
about
not like going goblin mode. It's more like
yes. Well, it's
goblin?
like I think it's about the essence of what goblin is, and then like how to live that in your everyday life.
Okay, I am looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah, you should check it out because it's not cute and like sterile like a lot of the. It's not like Martha Stewart Autumn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Goblin Core is more feral for sure.
Love that. Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm describing it right for those of you who are hardcore Goblin Core enthusiasts.
If we have any Goblin Core fans, please feel free to write into the pod. We would love to talk to you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'd love it. That was so good. I'm like, I feel so in the season now.
I know.
I feel so
Doesn't she make you cozy just thinking about her?
And I want to go eat an endless bowl of pasta now.
Yeah, I know.
I remember that scene specifically because I didn't remember all the details of the book because I haven't read it since I was a kid, but I do remember seeing like all the spaghetti. It was spaghetti, I think, in the illustration book that I had, and all the spaghetti in the town, and being like, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
nothing wrong with that, baby.
It's not a bad punishment. Yeah. Okay. Well, I researched haunted houses, the history.
I'm so excited to learn about this.
I also went down a rabbit hole, so I'm going to try and stick to the major highlights because at first I told Emily, I was like, I don't know if there's going to be much behind this, but I was wrong. Like, of course, there's so much behind this. And it ties into everything we've talked about before with history of Halloweeny, spooky things. Obviously, it's all very, very related. So I'm just going to dive in.
Love it. Very excited.
Yes. So let's go all the way back to ancient time first.
All right, I'm back.
Sorry? if you will. Yes.
All right, I'm there.
Okay, good. The Egyptians,
whoa,
they knew, and we're reaching here, but if we had to really think, okay, where did the modern commercial haunted house, and by the way, we're talking about the attraction, not just a house that's haunted.
Right.
Like that, whatever, that's been around forever. But commercial haunted houses as an attraction. Okay, so in Egypt, we know that the pyramids were set up as a way to deter thieves and body snatchers. So they were set up in a way to scare the hell out of these would-be grave robbers with mazes, moving walls, self-opening doors, traps, using snakes and insects. Hello, Mummy movie, Brendan Fraser.
The way I'm just realizing right now any of that was real is bad. I was like,
I mean,
they're always putting these bugs and moving walls in pyramids. Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't, so they were probably not like what we picture in Hollywood, but they did use booby traps and they did use mazes. And as we know, like archaeologists have uncovered quite a bit, which it's like, why put it back?
Yeah, right. Maybe don't poke it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just don't poke it.
But it's just one of the earliest examples. Obviously, no one was charging admission. This wasn't open to the public. Like, these were very sacred monuments, but it's just one of the earliest examples of people using devices and sets to provoke fear. That's why we look to the Egyptians. And then kind of moving a little north to the Greeks and Romans, they also kind of seeded that path for haunted attractions. They have folklore also that's rich with the idea of mazes and labyrinths, monsters that would, different Greek monsters. We love them. We know them, that would like encounter your path. And the theater, right, was a big part of their culture. And they would devise rudimentary special effects for their theatrical productions to represent monsters and beasts, which is just like so fucking cool. And that's a whole other subject we could get into, I think, of just like theater, like spooky theater later. But some of the elements were fog, trapdoors, and ghostly images, and even fake blood and gore. So the ancient Greeks created multiple large-scale special effects contraptions, which including the Deus Machina, which was used to make actors fly, and the Ekiklema, a platform that was used to reveal dead bodies so the audience could see them.
Ooh.
I don't know if it was real dead bodies.
Probably
maybe
not.
Probably. I don't know. I was gonna say yeah, probably yes. Because like what? They're not gonna make like dummies.
Just like showing you dead bodies, just cause.
People were fucking around with dead bodies a lot up until like the early 20th century. I'll get into this.
Wild.
Okay. Anyway, so fucked up. I mean, there was no laws around this shit. Okay, so now we're moving into the Dark Ages, but a lot of people believe that Christians actually helped for this evolution of haunted house too. By the way, some of this info is being taken from an article by Becca McHenry. I had like 3 or 4 different articles that I pulled from. But she spoke about how like during this time from the 1300s to the 1500s, Europe had converted from Celtic and pagan religions to Christianity. We know this, right? Mm-hmm. But they used pageant wagons that toured the land to perform plays. And these were biblical stories acted out, which also, as we know, included the scary parts of the Bible stories. The Bible's terrifying. And they were intended to scare folks scare them straight, make them stay pious, and teach them quote unquote morals. And as we know, this is also when the era of like Halloween as we know it has started to evolve, which we've already covered in past episodes. So we won't go into that specifically. So then moving into the Renaissance. So the society started to really love the idea of horror and kept developing special effects in the theater. Ghosts, demons, the devil, other monsters really always made regular appearances in plays. As we know, Shakespeare used that a lot. One fun fact I found is to create onstage gore during stabbing scenes, actors would strap pig bladders to their midsection. And so then the other actor would stab the bladder and pig blood would pour out to make it look like the actor was actually bleeding to death. And I'm sure they used real knives because it's not like prop knives existed back then. And I wonder how many people missed. That was just my thought. But gross and gory. I love it.
Yeah,
okay.
Good for them.
Yeah. So moving into the 1800s, now we get into spiritualism, which we already covered in a past episode, but people are being enthralled with the idea of ghosts, contacting the other side, possibility of other realms. We have mediums, fortune tellers, spiritualists, conjuring sessions. We talked about this. Please check out our spiritualism episode. Sure. But this haunt theme path in the theater continued during this time, which is when we see the invention of Pepper's ghost, which is a really fucking cool invention. So John Pepper invented this setup that used mirrors to make people appear translucent and like created the idea of what the translucent apparitions on stage. And the setup was called Pepper's ghost. This will come back later in a very important way in a second.
Man, so, theater people are so creative.
Theater people are the best and the worst, but the best. And at this time, too, we also have Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein. That was published in 1818. And we see, of course, that monster being brought to life through the real-life practice of galvanism, reanimating the dead with electric shocks. I want to dig deeper into that, but I didn't have time. But that's crazy that was a real thing.
Wait, isn't that like, I mean, like, don't you, when you, like, someone has a heart attack and their heart stops?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I thought of it in more of a spooky way, but yeah, duh. Like,
I think we do that all the time.
I was like, that's crazy.
But I'm sure when someone invented it, it was like, excuse me. Me.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, so we're continuing. Now, this is the big thing I wanted to talk about. This is probably the biggest thing because I love this. In 1802, Marie Tussaud scandalized British audiences with an exhibition of wax sculptures that depicted decapitated French figures, including King Louis XVI, Marie Antoinette, Marat, and Robespierre. I'm sorry for all the mispronunciations. I took Spanish. Okay, so her likenesses were super accurate, and that's because she created death masks for these guillotine figures. So she would take their heads and then create a mask on their, like, these death masks on their face. So she, of course, like, we know her now as Madame Tussaud.
Our good bitch, Madame Tussaud.
Oh my gosh. But at the time, she went by the name Marie Groschlotz. But during the French Revolution, she was saved herself from execution by agreeing to create death masks of the famous people who met their grisly end. So, like an example of Maximilien de Robespierre, the leader who started the Reign of Terror, that cost tens of thousands of lives between 1793 and 1794, which I honestly was like, ooh, I need to learn more about that.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that.
I don't know enough about that. I don't know if I want to know more about that, but I want to know more about that. Anyway, she took his head from the basket after he was decapitated on July 28, 1794. And she was just a chambermaid's daughter, and she went and sculpted his likeness. And then she took that original sculpture with her when she went to London in 1802, and copies were made. And that's when, like, she kind of started her whole exhibition. She learned these skills from Dr. Philippe Curtius. And then, her exhibition of works went up in Baker Street in London in 1802.
Right by Sherlock Holmes' house.
What?
I said right by Sherlock Holmes' house.
Oh, yes. Nice. Exactly. Maybe they were friends. The collection obviously has grown over the last century and now includes celebrities, monarchy, and historical figures. Okay, but I want to dig a little deeper just quickly into the Madame Tussauds because I did not realize that this was like a real thing. Like, I thought this was just a silly tourist attraction. But in this permanent London exhibition, she dubbed this grotesque collection of these death masks as the Chamber of Horrors. And that is still a big part of the London location to this day. You can walk through a modern Chamber of Horrors. They have all of these warnings ahead of time, like if you have heart conditions, if you're pregnant, if you're sensitive, they say you should be 16 or older to go in, because not only does it host real artifacts from serial killers and other morbid times, like a real guillotine blade, then the chamber is set up like kind of this souped up haunted house. It combines effects, music, smoke, fog, smells, fully created scenes with both live actors and then, of course, these lifelike wax figures of famous serial killers. I watched a video of a walkthrough of it. I'll post it on our website. I'm on the fence about this. Like, quite honestly, like, on one hand, there are also like heads, I guess, on display. I don't know if they still are, but they're very like, there are heads on display that are very similar to her OG death masks.
Wow.
Like, on one hand, I'm like, this is really fucking cool. I kind of would really love to go see this. I love true crime. I love scary stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually also a really big wuss about haunted houses. I hate jump scares, but
me too.
But also, these are like real people. Like, these are real serial killers who killed real people. It's not just like fantasies. So they turn serial killers into a sideshow. Like, people were taking photos with the wax figures of these terrible, horrible serial killers as if they were like wild celebrities.
It's also so interesting that, like, one, Madame Tussauds is basically the like route of haunted houses from what it sounds like. And like, yeah, two, that like now when you think about it, you think about like, I'm gonna go take a picture with a beetle.
Yeah, exactly. I can go hang out with
it sounds like in London it still is a haunted house.
Yes. That's just one section. They of course have all the other sections, you know. It's like, oh, let me go take a selfie with a figure that looks somewhat like Beyonce, you know, but like they
have you seen all of the like photos of all the failed Beyonces from around the world, like Madame Tussauds?
Okay, so I have a quick side story about Madame Tussauds because I'm very personally connected to Madame Tussauds, only in the sense that like my very first job out of college, because we graduated in the recession, I was working in a gelato shop in Times Square that was in the first floor of Madame Tussauds.
Ooh.
And so I hated it.
Yeah.
I had to stand outside and hand out free ice cream to tourists, and they all were terrified of me. They were just like, what are you doing? But at night, I went through Madame Tussauds illegally against the rules alone. Like, I dragged one of my coworkers with me, and I was like, let's fucking go. I want to explore this place. Lights off, no one around, and went through all of the Madame Tussauds in Times Square, like, alone in the dark after hours.
Oh. And the alarm didn't go off or anything?
No, nothing. We didn't touch anything. We just walked around and checked it out. Like, we could, because we had access to the whole back of the building, so we could go through every floor. It was really fucking cool. It was definitely super creepy. We got an email, like, the next day being like, attention employees, please do not go into the Madame Tussauds. Thank you. Like, it was just like no one got in real trouble. We just kind of got like an email reprimanding like the whole team.
Yeah, 2010 was a simpler time.
I know, right? It was blissful. I honestly don't regret it, and it was really cool. But I like hung out Madame Tussauds all the time.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily recommend you pay a ton of money to go to something like this, but it's cool to know not ancient, it was 1802, but like, it's cool to know the history of how this was set up.
Yeah. I had no idea. That's really rad. How
dark, how macabre. Okay, so now let's move into the 1900s. So at the turn of the 20th century, the Rebecca McKendry in Fangora magazine talks about the closest relatives to modern haunted houses that started to experiment with macabre themes. So in Paris, we had the Grand Guignol Theater.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I know.
I won't say it again. But they became notorious for its on-stage depictions of graphic dismemberment. The theater director, Max Maury, famously boasted that he judged each performance by the number of people who passed out. The fake blood, fun fact, the fake blood was made out of soap and bugs. It consisted of equal parts glycerin, clear soap, and carmine, the bright red pigment that we know from boiling and crushing certain beetles. Also, at this time, we saw the height of the traveling carnival with the rise of the freak show. People would walk through these attractions to look at human deformities and other oddities, many of them fake, but some of them, as we know, real people, which is dark and terrible. But dark rides also became popular at these amusement attractions because, you know, dark rides being people sitting on a boat or a train and just being automatically moved through numerous scenes. These amusement parks and family fun centers were springing up all over the country, and like they couldn't afford to create big roller coasters or expensive rides. So cheap fun houses and haunted houses with, you know, mirrors and loud buzzers and dark mazes were easy enough and cheap enough to do and pulled in a lot of patrons. The first recorded commercial haunted attraction, though, was the Orton and Spooner Ghost House, which opened in 1915 in the United Kingdom as part of an Edwardian fair, which had dim lights, shaking floors, and demonic screams. Yes. So moving into the Great Depression back in the U.S., Halloween, we talked about this a lot. And there's also a really great drunk history about this that you should watch. If you haven't, it's very funny. But you know, it used to be a very, like, it was All Hallows Eve was actually like a huge night of pranks and revelry and like chaos essentially. So young men mostly, as we know, would just go around stealing shit, stealing gates off hinges, and even stealing dead bodies. In 1879, about 200 boys in Kentucky stopped a train by laying a fake stuffed body across the railroad tracks. In 1900, though, medical students at the University of Michigan stole a headless corpse from the anatomy lab and propped it up against the building's front doors. So people were just doing a bunch of crazy shit all the time. And a lot of people were really upset because property damage. And and it's also like fucking rude. They would like just destroy people's homes and like yards and their shit. So during the Great Depression, this really increased the public concern and anger over this. In 1933, people were outraged when hundreds of teenage boys flipped over cars, sawed off telephone poles, and engaged in other acts of vandalism across the country. And they started to refer to the holiday as Black Halloween, kind of how similar to the way they referred to the stock market crash 4 years earlier as Black Tuesday. And some cities considered even banning Halloween altogether. But instead, some communities responded by creating, let's redirect their energy. Let's set up Halloween activities. That's how trick-or-treating got started, and parties, costume parades, and then, of course, haunted houses were a part of that to keep them busy. So they would this would be in their own homes, in their own basements. They would hang old fur, strips of raw liver on the walls, and like make you feel your way to dark steps. This was from a 1937 party pamphlet on how to create a trail of terror. Weird moans and howls come from dark corners, damp sponges and hairnets hanging from the ceiling to touch his face. Doorways are blockaded so that guests must crawl through a long dark tunnel. Really like innovative shit. But they were very primitive. You know, families would just decorate their basements, and they would hold house to house parties where kids could just kind of go through the neighborhood and scare themselves traveling from basement to basement and, you know, not destroy everything in the neighborhood, which I love this idea because I think have memories of as a kid of trick-or-treating and like going to homes, and they would have really spooky setups.
Yeah.
I'm being terrified of that. And I think that's really wholesome and fun, but it also sounds really dangerous.
Well, I'm sure how they were doing it in 1937 was incredibly dangerous.
Yes. Yeah.
It was dangerous to be alive back then, you know?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm sure kids died all the time. Okay. So, but the haunted house didn't become a cultural icon until Walt Disney built one.
Naturally.
So, as we know, Disneyland's Haunted Mansion opened in 1969. Took 2 decades to build after it was first approved. It's designed in the Evergreen House, in the style of the Evergreen House and the Winchester Mystery House. And became a huge success. In a single day, shortly after its debut, more than 82,000 people passed through the Haunted Mansion. And of course, the centerpiece is the Grand Hall, which is a 90-foot-long ballroom sequence of dancing ghouls at a birthday party. And he brought this to life through an exceptionally complex series of illusions known as Pepper's Ghost.
Aha! So, hello, Pepper.
It's coming back again. So that uses refracted light to project and shape ethereal images. So, you know, tapping into our historic roots with Pepper's Ghost. But most professional haunters point to the Haunted Mansion as being kind of like not the first, but the one that really made it.
Like the tipping point of like...
Yes. Yeah, a national, if not international, like icon. So within that time, within a few years, haunted houses spread throughout the country. The United States Junior Chamber, also known as the JCs, became famous for raising money through its haunted houses. So a lot of it started with small grassroots nonprofits to raise money for different charities and events. In California, Knott's Berry Farm began hosting its own California Night attractions. And every year, a man named Bob Burns attracted national media attention for his detailed recreations of classic horror movies. And even, of course, we have the evangelical Christians who made their own anti-Halloween attractions.
You know they're going to get their sticky fingers on it.
They always have to, right?
Always do.
Jerry Falwell and Liberty University introduced one of the first hell houses in 1972, which
I was
didn't
wondering
even
when those came in.
Yep. You know, scary straight, all that stuff. Okay, so... And of course, then slasher movies were coming into popularity by the 70s, right? And that just furthered the boom.
Yeah.
Now we have cross-promotional marketing and, extra spooky, references to use.
Right. This haunted house powered by Gatorade?
Exactly. Old Spice presents Nightmare on Your Street, Okay, so... Professional haunted houses, though, started to emerge around this time, which kind of started to really push out those nonprofit groups like the JCs. Mm-hmm. And then tragedy struck. a fire at a haunted house in New Jersey trapped and killed 8 teenagers.
I remember this story.
Terrifying. Like,
That's my
that's a
greatest
horror
fear.
movie in of itself.
I actually, I don't like haunted houses, but it's not because I'm afraid of, like, the little girl dressed, or, like, the woman dressed as a little girl ghoul. It's because I'm so afraid that, like, I will die in the haunted house for, like, physical, normal reasons. Like,
and no one will notice because it's a haunted house.
My body will be in there for, like, hours or days.
Yeah. I hadn't thought of it that way, but now I will. Thank you.
So sorry. Or
there is a horror movie series about this. I know there's at least one movie that is
there's
about.
Gotta be. There's Law and Order episodes about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so in the aftermath of these deaths, attractions started shutting down. Politicians enacted stronger safety regulations, and all these volunteer organizations that were doing these nonprofit kind of fundraisers, really struggled and were forced out of business. Mm-hmm. So it was really kind of a turning point in this industry where you saw all of these nonprofit, more grassroots folks get pushed out, and then everything became much more commercialized and controlled. And now we know, right? There are stringent rules with commercial haunted houses. You have to have certain like flame retardant, materials and coverage used and all of that kind of stuff. So they all commercial houses are under really strict supervision now.
Yeah, it's like you think about all of those like black curtains that like you always have to go through a haunted house, and a lot of those are like flame retardant curtains.
Yes. Yeah, similar to the theater, right? Mm-hmm. It all has to be fireproofed in some way, or at least like flame retardant. Yeah. So we estimate that there's roughly 2,700. I was trying to find a more accurate current number. I feel like it's more, but there's a lot. There's probably 2,000 to 3,000 professional haunted houses operating nationwide, at least in the US. This was written in like 2017. This was an article, by the way, from the Smithsonian. And also I used a history.com article by Becky Little. The Smithsonian article was by Chris Heller. So we're looking probably around 3,000, if not more. And a large haunted house attraction can reportedly earn up to $3 million during the Halloween season. And the industry is worth $300 million, according to an NBC report. Wow. Yes, and now we see haunted houses that are not just about creepy characters or hyper-realistic horror. Now there's all sorts of extreme frights like zombie runs, escape games, interactive features, and experiences designed to traumatize, like the Blackout experience, who I have a friend who actually was the co-founder and like creative director of the Blackout experience. I'm sure, I don't know if any of you have heard of it.
What is the Blackout experience?
So the Blackout experience took horror to a whole new, haunted houses to a whole new level. This was a former coworker of mine when we worked together like years ago. And he came from the theater world. And he and his partners created this Blackout experience where you must go through alone. That was a higher price tag because it was a truly custom experience. And you had to sign a very extensive waiver because the actors would touch you. You had to one part you had to root through a toilet to get out a key, and the toilet was filled with whatever, or you had to crawl through what felt like used condoms. You had people breathing on you. There was a lot of nudity as well as from the actors. But they would also tie you up. They would fake waterboard you. They would literally, the idea was to completely immerse you in the most horrifying, traumatic experiences possible. And they called the people who go to these survivors, and it's a badge of honor, and people love them. They pay $75 to $99 depending. At one point he just did a limited hotel run where they just rented out a hotel room and didn't tell the hotel staff, and turned that whole hotel room and suite into an experience. And one at a time, people had an hour appointment to come in and just get fucked with, basically.
It's not for me. Not for
with
me.
Terrifying shit. Yeah, no, absolutely. I stepped in to help run box office one time for one of his, because he would partner with different movies like The Purge and things like that, and he needed some help. So I helped run box office one time, and it was great only because they don't care about customer service in the sense that you have to be nice to the patrons. I could be a straight up asshole to patrons and turn people away. And that was encouraged. That was like the mode, the like energy of the experience. Like, you know, they were like, you either want this or you don't. And these girls came up and they were complaining, and I was like, this isn't so-and-so haunted house. You can fucking leave whenever you want. And they were like, what? And I was just like, this isn't what you're expecting. You need to get the fuck out of line or like shut up and like move forward. Like,
Yeah.
And it was great. I had like I made a guy kiss my feet while he was like my shoe, like while he was waiting in line.
Horrifying,
But then
like these people
he
that
wanted
like this
it.
kind of thing. Yeah.
I did realize after a while that he liked it too much, and then I got icked out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what they're doing now. I think they are still trying to evolve. I don't think my friend Josh is with them anymore, but like, yeah, that's where we are now.
Very
so there's
interesting. The world is full of interesting people. Everybody's so creative.
everyone's so creative. But yeah, so that's the long of it, of the history of the haunted house.
Wow.
Yeah, I will never go through one.
So I have some friends that really like them, and I, for a long time, was very much anti, but I think I was feeling left out, so I started going, and I found that I could go if I was in a big group, and I was in the middle, and I was with people that like to talk about special effects. That is the only way I can enjoy a haunted house. And every other time I've ever, like, unless those are the exact circumstances, I am miserable the entire time. There's one in, like, New Jersey, I want to say, or maybe it's, like, the Hudson Valley, but it's, like, 12 haunted houses in a row, and you like can't get out once you start.
Oh no.
It's like you're in like a
I've heard of this.
And I've gone twice. Once I had fun because I was with a big group, and once I was absolutely miserable the entire time, and it takes so long, and all I wanted was to like leave the line and go get a piece of pie. I was like,
you can't just be like, I give up. There's no like white flag you can wave.
I probably could have, but I think that I was cajoled out of it.
Yeah. Peer pressure.
Yeah. And it was just like, because once you're out, you can't go back in. Like if I could leave the like area, but like I would either have to start again or just like meet them at the end, and it was going to take like another hour. And it's like,
yeah,
what am I really going to do after I eat the pie for the next like 45 minutes to an hour?
Just seeing Emily like sitting there.
I probably would have been much happier. Just like
listening to the screams in the background.
Yeah.
I hate jump scares, although I love doing it to other people. And I hate people touching me. So I would definitely have to go to one where I'm like sure that they do not touch you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be chased, and I don't want to, but I do appreciate special effects. I love like,
I feel the same. I love special effects. I hate when people touch me.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't jump out at me. I'm very jumpy. I don't know. I was really traumatized as a kid from that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like that. So it stayed with me as an adult that I was just like, nah, I don't feel like paying money for a bunch of like 21-year-old actors, aspiring actors to scream at me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All these regional theater people waiting for summer stock to return. Actually, that kind of cheers me up when I think about that. If I have to be at a haunted house, I'll be like, maybe next summer they'll get to do like Little Shop.
King Lear. Little Shop, of course. Yeah, maybe that's how you get around the fear. You just you connect with the human within.
Yeah, I just picture that they're actors and like, what are you going to do in like rural New Jersey other than like a haunted house if you have big dreams?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Could be any of us.
That's really funny.
Anyway, this was a blast. That was really interesting and fun. Thank you for all that information.
Yeah, thank you for all of your wonderful information. Shall we draw a card?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We have other things we do. I am literally like, I feel like,
a new babe.
Yeah. It's like someone said like, forget about it, and I said I did entirely. Like, it's gone.
What I actually realized I don't have any of my cards.
I have decks right here. Do you want to do Moon Power Tarot?
Yes.
Druidcraft Tarot or Jane Austen?
Moon, please.
Yes.
I miss your moon deck.
Aww.
And it's also so delightfully spooky. I feel like it's perfect for this time.
Yeah, she's perfect for this. I love the backs of it with like the blue girl with the horns.
Yes. And the illustrations are so... I don't know. Yeah, they're very Halloween-y. They're very October-y. They're very Scorpio.
Yeah, they work for me. I like them.
Yes.
Alright, shuffling and shuffling. I'm gonna move my keyboard out of the way so I can shuffle properly.
Nice.
And we've got the King of Pentacles reversed.
Ooh, interesting.
Now, of
King
course,
of
there
Pentacles.
are no like male presenting characters in this entire deck. So the King of Pentacles is wearing a long green and pink dress with like sleeves to the floor and holding
I
up
love her.
Yeah, holding up a pentacle and kind of over like a black and gray and starry, flowery background.
She looks like a Morticia Adams or like a
Yes.
Cher. I'm obsessed with her. I've never seen this card before. I don't think you've ever pulled this one of this deck for me at least.
Yeah. It's I don't get the King of Pentacles all that often, so.
And the pentacle's like iridescent looking.
Yeah, it's like in pastel colors, which is kind of cute.
I love that.
All right, so the book says, for the King of Pentacles, intellectual prominence, discipline, and power.
Okay. I pulled up Biddy.
Mm-hmm.
So you pulled it reverse though.
Yeah.
Because upright is wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance. Reversed, financially inept and obsessed with wealth and status or stubborn. Biddy Tarot, our wonderful resource, says that the King of Pentacles reverse asks you to look at your relationship with money and wealth. On one hand, you might not be managing your wealth well. You may attract large sums of money, but as soon as the cash hits the bank, it's on its way out again. Please stop reading me.
I was gonna say, is this for me specifically?
Completely attacked. You're not treating your money with respect, so draw upon your self-discipline and control so you can save for your future. On the other hand, though, you could be putting your money before anything else, negatively impacting your relationships and well-being. You might be a workaholic or over-investing in wealth creation and neglecting your loved ones. So, take a step back and look at the greater impact of your obsession with money. Is it serving you in this state, or do you need to change? Or it could represent someone else in your life who is very stubborn and rigid in his approach. Or you, could also represent you. Do you feel stuck in a rut? Does life feel like predictable and dull routine? So being grounded is a good thing, but give yourself permission to break free and do something different.
All right, a lot to gnaw on there.
Yeah, well, let us know if this resonates. Take with it what you will. But I also like to read reversals as like an internal journey.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, sometimes it's like if we're talking about like power, maybe it's about like internal power, or like your struggle with like yourself and your relationship to your own power.
Maybe we all should listen and take a little break from working too hard. Make sure we're enjoying life.
And spending responsibly.
I was just about to say, you and I are literally about to go shopping later.
Or are we?
I was going to ignore that part of it, but okay.
What do you want from me?
I don't like you anymore, Cher / Morticia.
But yeah, reverse can also be like ego, self-esteem,
And yeah, also like maybe being stuck in a rut is more encouraging play. It's like, because that's another reading Biddy said. So anyway, I love how we're trying to like negotiate the card.
We're like, well, but I want a Halloween costume.
but money, but spend, make me feel good. I get the dopamines from the clicks. Okay,
right in here and back there.
We'll post a photo of the card on our Instagram. We'll also post links from what we talked about on our website, witchcastpodcast.com, and other images you can find on our Instagram at witchcastpodcast.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. We're so glad to be
back.
Listening. We have so many exciting episodes coming up.
It's going to be a fun season.
Yes, I think we have a good slate of guests and topics. I think you're all going to really... And we've been listening. For those of you who reached out and recommended things, thank you so much.
Yes.
Please keep doing that. We listen and we are happy to serve.
Yeah.
And if you do like us, if you want to show us some love, please maybe rate us, give us a review, give us that 5 stars. That helps other people find us and helps us keep this sustainable for us.
Yeah, it's on, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Apple Podcast. Apple.
Apple. Yes, please give us that validation and write us a little
Would be
review. It helps
wonderful.
so much.
Help other people find us. Thanks again for being here. I love you forever. And until next
3 kisses.
time. Mwah, mwah. 3 kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
3 kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes. Hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
'Cause it's Witchcast.
Colby, it's like his spirit is here with us.
Oh my god. Pepper skulls.
Big stretch.